You are about to witness the very exciting story of a city and its people.
Welcome to motherfucking Detroit.
What up, though? What up, though? This is Detroit Mail with another No Name podcast. What's happening? Holla Little Blue coming to you. You know how we do it. So I'm a little late today because I had to work some long hours today. Folks, they want to come into work. You know how they do when it's on a Saturday. Nobody want to work on Saturday. But anyway, let's go ahead and get the preliminaries out the way as we do. Please, if you have not done it, go over to our YouTube page and hit the like button. Bang! Hit the subscribe button. Bing! And hit the notification button. Bing, bang, 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 boom. That way you get everything that we upload and do. Such as this lovely podcast here, No Name Podcast, and the Wild Card Chiefs podcast with homie Mr. Wild Card himself. He does everything Chiefs, and also Proud Jets fan, the Oxymoron podcast with the big homie Nick Shine. He also will be on there too. And you want to see all three of us together, please tune in every Monday and Thursday when we go live and we talk about everything sports, NBA, baseball, hockey, football, college football, tennis, underwater basket weaving, all that stuff we talk about. And also go over to the Facebook group page that we started on Facebook, which is steady growing. If you like to talk about sports, if you have a meme you want to put up, if you have this itching take you want to get off of your chest, just please go over there and you can get off your chest and upload it there. If it's something you want to promote, we also have space to do that on our Facebook page, IOW Network on Facebook. And I think that is everything. Let's get into this broadcast. We're going to be very brief because the brother is tired, but we're going to talk about the Lions versus the Dolphins. You know, as I always say, you hear me say all the time, you know, I watch other podcasts. I watch the opposing teams podcast and also watch a lot of Lions podcasts. And you know, people use statistics and talk about how statistics look and the Lions match up well statistically against this team. But you know, one thing about statistics, I always say statistics will only be a starting point. Is where you go to start off your, you know, for your information, start off your point that you're going to make, but you have to dive deep into those statistics, and you have to dive deep and, you know, see all the nuances behind every statistics. So if someone says, oh, this quarterback is throwing 100%, but he only threw 2 passes, it's not really a lot, you know. So you have to really dig deep into statistics. I don't allow statistics to rule what I say about any team any given time. Now, having said all that, when you look at the Dolphins in this game, no, they haven't been running well, but you know, moisture been hurt. But you see what he done in San Francisco. He has the ability to make great gains and chunk yards. Um, so when I see that, and plus, you know, when he did finally come back, he does have a lot of speed. And you got to look at this Lions defense, who cannot stop the run. Yes, you know, I have to say the caveat how they did improve against Dallas. We'll get more into that later. For the most part this year, they haven't been good with the run or with a running quarterback. And Tua, although he's not Lamar and the rest of the running quarterbacks of this league, he still has the ability to run. So the Lions have to, you know, look out for that. Then they also have Tyreek Hill, speedster, and Jalen Waller, speedster. You got Gesicki, who Kind of reminds you of Hawkinson. Sometimes Hawkinson had games where he just like he gets off. A lot of Derek Goff throws the ball to him a lot. Then he have games where he kind of disappear. You forget Hawkinson's even on the team. And that's kind of how Jasicki been this year. He's been games he'll get off. They've been games that you don't really see him. You forget he's on the team, and so you have to watch out for that. They haven't really been good on the Dolphins. Hasn't been good on pass defense, and with the Lions getting a host of their starters back, you're getting Swift in there. Looks like St. Brown may play, Reynolds may play. Um, it could be the beginning of the season where they've been scoring a lot of points. That may favor and bode well for the Dolphins. So the big question is, has the offense problems been, besides the obvious of Jared Goff's deficiency, but has it been not having your starters in there, or has it been teams that start figuring out Ben Johnson's scheme? So that's why this game to me is an important game, because there's a lot of questions I want to see answered. That's one. Has defense really improved, or they just really playing Dak Prescott, who just came back for the first time and was rusty? So you want to see if they can continue this trend of looking better on defense. Not saying they're great, but looking better on defense. So that's one of the questions I want to see answered. Two. Another question is, I said two, but I think it's a three. But I think another question is changing Hutchinson, where his stance and how he lines up in his stance. Is that really helping for Hudson, for Hutch, or is it just a cowboy thing? So I want to see if he can get back in there, make a couple plays. Let's see what Pascal does. So those things right there, to me, are questions I want to see answered. Another question I want to see answered is, can Swift come back and be the Swift we've seen from the beginning of the season? Um, if he can, that helps Jared Goff out. I've said my criticism about Jared Goff, and I know there's people that have channels who will defend him no matter what. And my thing is, when it comes to being a fan of a team, and I think I said this before, there's a difference between being a fan and just going wholehearted and squat. What was the word I want to use? Going wholehearted and just jugging the Kool-Aid. You have to be realistic of what you're seeing. Optimism is good. I'm a fan of being optimistic, but I'm not a fan of being foolish. And I think that you cross the line where you don't point out the obvious deficiencies of this quarterback. He doesn't do well at reading what's going on the field. He just doesn't do well at that. It has nothing to do with him not having starters, because if you look at from this standpoint, he had all his starting O-line except for one. He is I can't remember the play, but during the Dallas game, I'm trying to remember, the pocket didn't really collapse. All he had to do was step up. He would have stepped up in that pocket. I want to say it was Hawkinson. He had Hawkinson wide open. But instead, he felt a little pressure and got sacked. I can't remember that's the one he got sacked or he tried to run and got sacked out running. But anyway, I need to hear there. But my bigger point is, he doesn't have field awareness. And then when it comes to his reads, he sees one read and he goes with it. He has a tendency to stare down receivers. I know he threw a few plays deep and now he can go deep. Yeah, but let's go to the interception, the Trey Diggs interception. Well, not Trey Diggs caught the ball or not. The ball was underthrown. Period. So if Trey Diggs would have just outright dropped the ball, it still was an underthrown ball. If he would have caught, if he did, because did like he hit the ground, but if he did catch the ball, The ball, no matter what you look at as the outcome, him catching, not catching the ball, the bigger thing is the ball's underthrown. That's an issue. If you threw that ball where it needed to be, that was a big game. So he has his deficiencies. Now, having said all that, I believe we're having a host of his I would say have a complement of his most of the starters coming back. Now, the way that Ben Johnson need to do is play within the skill set that he has, which is very limited, but you have to play within what you have right now. And Dan Campbell just called a better game. Some of that Dan Campbell too, put him in position. You don't put him in position for him to fail. 4th and 9 is a position for him to fail. If you get in the red zone, kick the field goal. Period. The Dallas game, kicking the field goal was good. And then Williams fumbled the ball. They'd have been going up on that, switching the whole momentum. But let's get back to the Dolphins because I'm already, I think, 10, 11 minutes in, so I want to go ahead and wrap this up. So my thing is with this game, I think the key is the way to stop a Ferrari is not let it get started. So the way to stop Tyreek Hill is keep him in front of you, bump off the line, and and put pressure on Tua so Tua won't be able to get him the ball, or if he does get the ball out, it's not coming out with accuracy. I think if they can get pressure on Tua, that slows down Tariq and Waddle because Tua is he won't be able to get those chunk plays. He got to hurry up, get the ball out, and make sure you keep him in front of you and not over pursuit. Stop the run. We say that all the time. Stop the run. They have to stop the run. On offense, all Jared Goff has to do is get the ball to Swift. Let Swift get some chunk yards, set up the play action, hit the open man down the field. That's it. If he can do that and the defense can play decent, they can win the game. And this is a game before the season started, I had my Miami winning. But I think this is a game that Detroit will win because this how Detroit seems to be. The games they should have won, they didn't win. I had them beating Minnesota. I had them beating Dallas. Had them losing to New England, losing to Miami. Had them beating the Commanders and losing to Philly. So this is one of the games I think that they might win because I chose to lose. So I think they may win. But it's not that Miami is that much better than them. Miami's a good team. Don't get me wrong. They are a good team. They not the best team in that division. They're a middle of the road team. Coming into the season, they look like they should have been right up under Buffalo. But they're having their issues. So they're probably the third best in their division. But still a good team where if the Lions beat them, it's a good win. So I'm going to pick them to win this time with great reluctancy. You know what I'm saying? And I just need them to play well as a team. That means from coaching to defense, special team to offense. Just play well as a team. That's all you have to do. I don't think, and another thing while I'm thinking about it, I'm kind of on both sides. I'm kind of skeptical, or I can see both sides to playing Jameson Williams when it's time for him to come back. One side of that discussion is, so he can get some reps in and get used to the game speed. So then next year come around, he's got some game, experience under his belt. The other side is just keep letting him heal, so he'll be fresh for next year. But, and I don't get too far into this because there's another discussion. You need to get a quarterback and throwing the ball. I think next year we should be looking for a quarterback, because whether you say, well, Jared Goff still a decent quarterback, or you say Jared Goff sucks. Either two discussions, he's not the future. Because if he's a decent quarterback, to me, it's not the future because we want a better quarterback. We want the best quarterback. We want the best it is for this team. So if he's just a decent quarterback, you still need a quarterback. And if he suck, well, the answer is obvious. You need a quarterback. I think I kind of like Bryce Young, but then again, I'm kind of like I don't know about Bryce Young because his height. How's that gonna work in the translate in the NFL? CJ Stroud, I'm not too convinced. I think he just might be Justin Fields 2.0. Will Levis, I like him. But we'll talk about quarterbacks when a time comes up. But I think they need a quarterback. I think they need a running quarterback, not a Lamar type, but just someone that can move in the pocket and escape when it's time to escape. You know what I'm saying? Because you look at, I hate to keep harping on this, but with Jared Goff, there was times where the middle of the field was wide open. He could have gained 30 yards, but because he's not athletic, he couldn't do it. And I think that's what you need because if the defense has to account for you to run, that's just another weapon, for the offense. And if you can throw an accurate ball and can move in the pocket, not just like running for yards, but just move in the pocket, be able to step up, move to the side. Simple little moves around where if the pocket moves, not collapse, but just sometimes the pocket just moves the base where the blocker is going. You gotta be able to move with that pocket. Step up into the pocket for a better throw. Stop throwing off your back foot. Simple things like that. But it's frustrating. It's just frustrating. But anyway, I'm gonna pick the Lions to win this game. I know I may be foolish. I'm in a pick'em league. On one pick'em league, I pick them to win. The other pick'em league, I pick them to lose. So let's see which one is right. But anyway, like and subscribe, share. If you got anybody who's a Lions fan, share this page with them. I love talking sports. That's why I prefer the live mode because we have people on there we can talk to, and there's the other two of us that we can kind of go back and forth with an exchange. So, but I like having this podcast so I can express my frustration about this Lions team. But yeah, please go over to the YouTube page and like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, we go live every Monday. Shout out to Alex. He was on Thursday. I'm gonna give a shout out to him. And all of them, and shout out to new subscribers we got. I think it was yesterday. We got 3 or 4 new subscribers. I appreciate you. It was greatly appreciated that you subscribe to our channel because you could have subscribed somewhere else. So I really appreciate that. And leave a comment. Whether you disagree with my take, let's talk about it. You disagree with my Jared Goff take, hey, let's talk about it. I don't have a problem with that. I like chopping up about sports. I like talking about sports. Just like having dialogue. So anyway, until next time, peace.